In fact, just imagine, in the last 33 years, it is said that more than 3,280 people have contacted his law firm with accusations against P. Diddy. Wow, that's crazy. 3,280 people. Welcome back to Criminal Mind Files. Okay, today, we will discuss the development of the P. Diddy case, because it is still a quite lively discussion on social media. Yes, the scandal is very big, and now the latest facts have begun to emerge, and this has given rise to many new conspiracy theories circulating, and it is believed that P. Diddy is indeed heavily involved in this. Every major incident in the celebrity world, such as the alleged case of the disappearance of Tupac, Alia's life, then Left Eye until Michael Jackson. We will discuss the existence of as many as 120 people who have admitted or reported that they were victims of P. Diddy. There are some people that are underage out of those 120 people. So then there was a woman named Talia Graves, who also filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy. In Talia's lawsuit, it was stated that she was one of P. Diddy's victims in 2001, which means that P. Diddy had been doing this for decades, and it's only been uncovered now. Well, then later we will also discuss the testimony revealed by a former P. Diddy assistant named Pam Lewis Rudin, also had an unpleasant experience when she worked for P. Diddy, as well as several other conspiracies, which we will also discuss. After P. Diddy was arrested on September 16, 2024, he immediately underwent a trial process the next day. At that time, P. Diddy proposed to provide the bail was $50 million, and he admitted that he was not guilty of the cases that were reported to him. That's quite a fantastic and large figure. But unfortunately, the bail was rejected, and then he faced 3 criminal charges for his case. On October 1st, 2024, at a press conference, there was a lawyer named Tony Basby. His name was representing 120 victims in filing a lawsuit. Regarding P. Diddy, is it crazy or not? It turns out that there were 120 people who just reported it, and these 120 victims admitted that they had become victims of P. Diddy, who had abused them like that, and the 120 victims consisted of 60 men and 60 women. What's even crazier is that 25 of these complainants are still underage, and they experienced cases of abuse in the period from 1991 to this year 2024.
As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs.
Tony Basby said earlier that this was the case. There are various guys. There is a possibility that the perpetrator is only P. Diddy, but there are also other cases that could involve many people, because as I have discussed before, guys, so far P. Diddy has not worked alone. He has often been assisted by many of his employees and colleagues and even fellow celebrities. So there is a chance that employees and other colleagues will be involved in the lawsuit filed by 120 victims. There were more people reporting this than that. In fact, just imagine, 33 years old, it said there were more than 3,280 people who contacted his law firm with accusations against P. Diddy. Wow, that's crazy. 3,280 people, 33 years old, that's insane. But let's be honest. Here, I can't really believe that those 3,280 people are really victims. There must be people just playing around, right? Or maybe this is an exaggeration. But what is clear is that the gang in this case, the lawyer named Tony, is trying to accommodate all these reports and check them. These reports one by one. Finally, the law firm decided to take 120 victims out of the 3,280, which is what they said. Yes, the rest are still under review, because according to them, not all of them are acceptable. Tony has been invited to speak by an FBI agent to ask for information as evidence from the victims to really prove that the P. Diddy is guilty. Well, most of them are from California, some are from New York, Georgia, and then there are those from Florida, from all these reports. Most of this happened because the party was held in New York, California, and Florida, where at that time the people who attended the party were given drinks, which turned out to be mixed with illegal drugs. Tony, as a lawyer, explains that they were invited by P. Diddy, which they are actually very interested in and hope to become famous people. People who want to enter the world of entertainment. Well, P. Diddy's victims are more or less like that, because they see P. Diddy's figure as the owner of a big record label company, and there are lots of famous artists in his hands, so people are interested in coming to Diddy's party. Well, that's why so many people are interested in coming here. So, regarding who are the people who might be involved in the cases experienced by these victims. Tony, as a lawyer, said that he couldn't say for now, but one day he will definitely mention the names. This is before the law, so it's not just criminals who will be involved. Tony also admitted that he already has a list of these names and said that the list is quite long. So there are a lot of people involved, and for now, Tony is confirming the legal steps first. What do they have to do? And make sure that the names they have pocketed don't just escape the law. Well, according to Tony, these names will surprise us, guys. Wow, that means it's possible that among the many names there will definitely be big or famous celebrities who we may have always thought had a good image, or perhaps even politicians, right? American officials. According to Tony, the people who are on the list of names are not the people who at the time of the incident were just watching what happened to the victims, but they also took part in the same evil acts as Diddy. Yes, he definitely used baby oil. Yes, many people were involved, and during this time, perhaps the P Diddy also used people inside so that he wouldn't be caught. Well then, not only the Tony who will be the lawyers for the victims, other lawyers also took part. There is one named Ariel Michelle Kidd. Well, she also received the same report. There was someone who contacted his law firm a few weeks ago, claiming to be a victim of PDD. Well, then the person told what he had experienced, and the perpetrator was PDD. According to his confession, he experienced this in 2018, where he once came to his friend's house, which is located in Orinda, California. Well, this friend has connections to the world of entertainment. Well then, no. After a long time, PDD suddenly came to his friend's house. The victim also said that at that time, PDD had plans to sell him. Well, after PDD arrived at his friend's house, PDD tried to carry out his action by giving the victim a drink that had been mixed with something. Made the victim feel dizzy after drinking it. When the victim was already unconscious, he immediately committed sexual violence against the victim using an object. It didn't stop there. PDD's invited another man to do the same thing to the victim. This was while PDD was watching and satisfying himself, so luckily the victim managed to escape from PDD and run away from his friend's house. So when this victim ran away, I said there was a neighbor nearby who saw him at that time. Well, in the end, it was this neighbor who contacted the police and reported the incident. At first, the police report didn't mention PDD's name at all. Well, then PDD's name was included in the report. Well, there is also evidence in the report. This person is not making it up. It really is a real incident. Well, Ariel, as a lawyer, said that after hearing the victim's story, she decided to help this victim. But she encountered problems because the documents regarding the victim's report in 2018 were very difficult to be obtained, and considered that the report had been destroyed, because at that time, the PDD really had the power to cover up the case in order to be able to access this document. Ariel was required to get a court summons, even though previously she had never been told that she needed a court summons. She was only asked to send a letter on letterhead, which comes from the law firm, so the letter only contains the victim's information, the date of the report number, and law enforcement in Orinda will send feedback within 10 days. Well, in this case, what makes Ariel wonder is why getting the report document makes the requirements even more difficult. Well, she also asked whether he needed to pay so he could access the report, and at the same time she was able to get the victim's medical records at that time. But still, the report was never given to her. Well, this was the first experience for this lawyer named Ariel. When handling a case that felt very difficult because it involved big people like PDD, then Melia Daily Mail tried to contact the Orinda police, but they did not respond and did not provide clarification regarding what was experienced by the lawyer named Ariel. But even so, the lawyer admitted that if the victim has received evidence of the violent crime that happened to him in 2018, which was carried out by this PDD. When they heard that there were new accusations against him, again this PDD denied the accusations. PDD's lawyer also said that they could not respond to every accusation leveled at PDD. Moreover, the accusations are baseless, and it is considered wild speculation on the internet. Same with PDD. The lawyer also firmly denies all the claims because according to them, all the claims that are said are not true. Is it true that the victim's confession is slander, or is it actually a fact? What's even more strange, according to me guys, when P Diddy applied for bail, it was rejected by the judge. The judge was named Andrew Carter, considering that even if P Diddy was able to pay the bail, once it's big, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that he won't commit a similar crime, and that's really cool, guys. Because of the law in America, we can see that with this incident, yes, they can't be paid using money, they still have principles of justice. But suddenly the judge for the P Diddy trial was replaced by a judge named Arun Subramanian. The previous judge, Andrew Carter, who did not want to accept the P Diddy guarantee, was replaced. I don't know why, and this was only discovered on Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, which is a court file says that the P Diddy case will be handed over to Arun Subramanian. Well, according to Business Insider Media, with Arun being the trial judge for the P Diddy case, P Diddy lawyers can have 3 opportunities to apply for bail for P Diddy. So yes, P Diddy can play the law again. But the problem is that it is not known for certain why this judge was replaced. There is no explanation. And I tried to look for this in several news media on the internet, but couldn't find a clear reason. And now there are concerns and questions for many people. Do you think Harun will refuse bail from P Diddy like Judge Andrew before? Or there is a possibility that this judge will cooperate with P Diddy so that P Diddy will be free? Well, this is what many people assume, that this change of judge is one way for P Diddy to get the opportunity to be free from his sentence. What do you think, guys? Now I want to enter into a discussion about the conspiracy theory surrounding Jaden Smith, who is Will Smith's son. Jaden is suspected of being a victim of certain crimes due to Will Smith's close association with P Diddy. Recently, Jaden Smith made a TikTok video where he appears very sad, with teary eyes. In the video, it seems like Jaden wants to distance himself from negative influences at home. This interpretation is supported by the caption Jaden provided: "I love my fans, I love our journey, this family is our fortress." Many people are wondering, why did Jaden Smith make this video? Why did he cry at that moment? From here, wild speculation began to spread widely. Some social media users claim that Jaden Smith is one of the victims connected to these alleged crimes, and many netizens have commented on Jaden's video. How did Jaden Smith become linked to this case? Well, perhaps you remember a photo listing attendees of a particular event, which is a freak-off party, where Will Smith's name appears. He is, of course, Jaden's father. The closeness between Will Smith and these P Diddy can be seen through their frequent attendance at events together since the late 1990s, maintaining a friendly relationship. Additionally, both are active in the entertainment industry and released singles around the same time, one in 1996 and the other in 1997. In 2004, Will Smith's group attended one of these events or freak-off party, which was perceived as controversial. When Will Smith arrived, numerous rumors circulated, including that guests were served food in unconventional ways. Other celebrities, such as Diana Ross, Bruce Willis, and Owen Wilson, were also rumored to have attended. The close relationship between Will Smith and these figures continued, and in 2022, during the Oscars incident where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, there was significant public reaction. Surprisingly, one of these P. Diddy defended Will Smith during the 50th anniversary celebration of The Godfather, stating that Will and Chris would resolve their issues amicably. In 2023, during an appearance on the variety show Jimmy Kimmel Live, P. Diddy denied rumors linking Will Smith and his wife Jada to any wrongdoing. He stated that such rumors were baseless. However, conspiracy theories emerged, suggesting that Will Smith's close ties with these powerful individuals led to his son, Jaden Smith, being negatively affected. This theory posits that Will Smith may have been pressured by these associations, leading to unfortunate consequences for Jaden. There is also a video circulating online that portrays an uncomfortable relationship between Jaden and his father, Will Smith. In the video, Jaden appears distressed when Will tries to engage with him, leading some netizens to speculate that Jaden is a victim influenced by his father's associations. Additionally, Jaden Smith's close friendship with Justin Bieber, who is also rumored to be connected to P. Diddy, fuels further speculation. Their collaborations, such as the songs Never Never and I Can Be Myself, are interpreted by some as signs of their shared experiences. Media reports suggest that when Jaden distributed the emotional video, it was not intended to address these issues, but to thank his fans for their support. Despite this, many still believe that Jaden was coerced into participating in activities that left him traumatized. This has led to rumors about changes in his personal life, including his relationships and family dynamics. Moving forward, let's discuss the confession of Talia Graves, who is also said to be a victim of crimes committed by P. Diddy. Talia, originally from Houston, Texas, moved to New York as a teenager and completed her education in the Rego Park area. Around 1999 to 2000, she was in a relationship with someone who worked at the influential label Bad Boy Records. Their relationship brought Talia closer to P. Diddy. In the summer of 2001, Talia was contacted by one of these P. Diddy to discuss her boyfriend's job. She agreed to meet and invited him to her home in Queens, where she lived with her parents. Accompanied by bodyguards, the influential figure offered Talia a glass of wine, which she accepted. Shortly after, Talia felt dizzy and lost consciousness. When she regained consciousness, she found herself in an uncomfortable situation and was unable to defend herself. Confused and frightened, she did not report the incident immediately, fearing repercussions for herself and her family. Years later, Talia's fear persisted, especially after continued threats from the influential figure and his associates. She decided to relocate to Pennsylvania to escape the trauma. Recently, Talia discovered that the incident had been recorded and the video was being circulated, leading to further distress. In November 2023, she mustered the courage to report the incident and filed a lawsuit against the individual involved, seeking compensation for her experiences. Next, let's discuss the confession of a former assistant named Pam Lewis Radden, or Rudin, who worked at Uptown Records in the early 1990s. During that time, Uptown had several successful artists, including Mary J. Blige, J.D., J.D.C., Christopher Williams, and Father M.C. Pem. Pam described that P. Diddy is someone who could be volatile and difficult to work with, often causing stress among staff. This led to tension, and eventually, several employees, including Pem, decided to leave Uptown to escape the stressful environment. Finally, let's delve into the discussion about Detective Greg Kading, who handled the high-profile case of the murders of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. Detective Kading revealed that there were suspicions of the influential figure's involvement in these cases. According to Kading, connections between various individuals involved in the music industry and organized crime suggested a deeper conspiracy. Kading's investigation pointed to possible motives and opportunities that linked P. Diddy to these tragic events. In conclusion, while these conspiracy theories are widely circulated on social media, it's essential to approach them with caution and seek verified information. The cases involving these individuals remain complex and often shrouded in mystery. As discussions continue, it's crucial to rely on credible sources and evidence to uncover the truth behind these allegations. If you find this discussion interesting and would like to hear more about these cases, feel free to leave a comment below.